I'm sharing to you now my slides pertaining to orientation about the subject numerical methods. So basically, this is 3 hours lecture but inclusive of laboratory, and you'll be working on this one online and asynchronously. So these are some of my contact details. Allow me to give you short description about the course. So this course, Numerical Methods, will cover the concepts of numerical analysis and computer software tools in dealing with engineering problems. That includes techniques in finding the roots of an equation, solving systems of linear and nonlinear equations, eigenvalue problems, polynomial approximation and interpolation, ordinary and partial differential equations, the Monte Carlo method, simulation, error propagation and analysis, the methods of least squares, and goodness of fit tests are also discussed. So, wag tayo masyadong ma-overwhelm. So, there are a lot of mathematical equations na nakita natin. Pero in our subject naman, usually we'll be doing some simulation. So more on scripting yung gagawin natin using MATLAB. Kaya later, inform ko kayo kung anong MATLAB version yung gagamitin po natin. In my case, I'm using MATLAB R2017A. Pero you can go higher version of MATLAB. So after completing this course, you should be able to number one, analytical problem solving. So upon completing of the numerical methods course, you should be able to employ nonlinear, transcendental, and polynomial function techniques that is part of the first module and experimentation to analytically solve mathematical problems, demonstrating a deep understanding of the underlying principles and the ability to apply appropriate methods to various types of functions. The second objective or outcome would be for the algorithmic proficiency. So after we study the iterative bracketing method in Module 2 and the non-bracketing or open method in Module 3, you should be proficient in developing and implementing algorithms for you to solve numerical problems, particularly in iterative scenarios. You should be able to choose and apply the most suitable iterative method based on the nature of the problem and critically evaluate the convergence and accuracy of the results. So pag sinabi kasi natin na iteration method, syempre, depende dun sa algorithm na gagamitin natin. Meron dun na mas mabilis niyang masosolve yung problem. Pero more than just mas mabilis niyang masosolve yung problem, it's also very relevant for us to make sure na accurate din yung nare-resolve or nasosolve yung problema. Kaya pumapasok dun yung importance ng convergence. Yung third learning outcome natin is more of applied numerical modeling. So upon completing polynomial function techniques in Module 4, system of linear equations in Module 5, direct methods in Module 6, iterative methods Module 7, curve fitting techniques, which is very relevant even in our company right now. We're still using this curve fitting technique in Module 8. Least square regression in Module 9, interpolation technique, yan, gamit na gamitin yan sa industry in Module 10. Numerical integration techniques, Module 11. Numerical differentiation, Module 12. And ordinary differential equations, Module 13. You should be capable of applying numerical methods to real-world problems in various scientific and engineering domains. You should be able to choose appropriate methods for modeling, for simulation and analysis, and interpret the results in the context of the original problems. So basically, these are the course content na refer ko rin naman kanina in the learning outcome. So basically, these are the target algorithms that we needed to discuss as we go along. And then for the teaching method and strategy, syempre, we'll be doing lectures, class discussion online, and then guided practice. And then may mga machine problems tayo, experiments that you'll be performing. Pero ang decision ko dito, you'll be working naman by pair. Kasi understand, hindi naman tayo lahat kompleto yung resources at medyo mabigat yung MATLAB when we install that in our respective laptops. So you'll be working by pair. And then syempre mag-aaral tayo ng MATLAB scripting more than the concepts, the mathematics behind that algorithm. Kailangan we know as well how to code that. Pero yung usual naman na ginagawa ko, nagbibigay naman ako ng examples, part ng machine problems, and then you just have to modify to further upgrade or update yung binigay ko na mga exercises. Then syempre, you'll be having your project. You'll have to demonstrate your final project and then present. And as needed, we'll also be having some practical assessment or examination. So as I have said, may machine experiment tayo, merong practical exam as needed, and then syempre gagawa tayo ng final project. And ilalagay natin sa IEEE paper format yung ating gagawing documentation. Once again, you'll be using MATLAB for this course. So again, what does it take to pass the subject? Alam nyo na yan, since online po tayo, we don't have to meet face-to-face. Pero again, we have to meet online as needed. And then kung hindi man tayo mag-meet online, make sure na nade-deliver natin on time yung mga requirements po natin na pinopost ko po dun sa classwork natin, which will be available by next week. And then, syempre, ina-appreciate ko na meron tayong effort to follow the guidelines and policies of the course para wala tayong maging problema to passage grading period. As usual, in the classroom, I am in authority. You should expect it to behave as responsibly and reliably in the classroom as you are ought to do. So it has to be demonstrated by completion of the requirements in a timely manner, which is negotiable naman, di ba? So as you know, medyo lenient tayo on that. So just have to communicate to me. Ang grade na makukuha ninyo is basically a reflection of the effort you extended for our course. You should be expected to practice professional student behavior that includes discipline, attendance, and interaction with other school personnel. So ako po yung magbibigay ng Numerical Methods Laboratory Manual. So kung may mga previous professors na nagturo ng numerical methods, hindi po yun yung gagamitin natin. I have my own laboratory manual for numerical methods. So welcome to Numerical Methods. Let's have a great semester.